Tonight, Sarah Lee Paul's on man. Austin Shepherd and the crew, covering all elite wrestling, bringing you the news. It's Sunday Night Raw, gonna rock your world. Tune into the podcast, let the chaos unfurl. The energy's electric, the passion's on fire. Kicking out podcasts, take it higher and higher.
What's going on, KOP Nation? It is Sunday night. It's March 2nd, 2025. A week from tonight, we have AEW's first pay-per-view of the year, AEW Revolution, taking place from the Crypto Arena. Let's be honest, the Staples Center. It'll always be the Staples Center to me. In Los Angeles, California. Got to be a good one. I'm Tanner Lee. One of my co-hosts, Austin Shepherd, our KOP Predictions Champion, will be joining me here any minute. Once again this week, a two-man show, as Paul still has some sickness going through his house. So, he's got to tend to that. So we told him to get better, get his family better, and hopefully we'll be a three-man crew here soon. But I see we're joined in the comments. We got Majin in the comments. We got Stephanie in the comments. We got Steven in the comments. We got Brandon J in the comments. What's going on, everybody? Steven, that is a great question. We're hoping to do something this upcoming week. However, I don't know if it will happen. I know we all three kind of have busy weeks upcoming. I know Shep's got a vacation planned. I unfortunately lost my grandfather this past Thursday unexpectedly. So got the viewing and funeral and all that this week for him. And then I have a wedding to go to Saturday. So I'm not sure. Worst case scenario, we will go ahead and, of course, post the graphics, make our picks and post the graphics, but hoping we can fit in a prediction show this week, but just not quite sure yet. Let's see. Majin says, glad to see the Death Riders finally got some comeuppance, especially Willow. Yes, we will definitely talk about that, but that was good to see finally. And he adds, he's got to say it too, the build with Jay White and Willow behind Cope has been far better than the build with FTR behind him. Yeah, that rated FTR stuff, I mean, I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong, but I thought it was going to last longer than it did. They kind of just had a few trios matches and sold some t-shirts and some merch, and then that was that. So, yeah. Appreciate it, Steven. Definitely appreciate it. And here is Shep as he puts on his headphones. There he is. He's ready to roll. Maybe ready to roll. I don't know. He just hit a button. He disappeared. I don't know. Maybe he's not ready to roll. So while we wait on him to join back, Brendan J., you watched Collision. I saw bits and pieces. I did read the rundown, so I do know what happened. But I was actually watching Elimination Chamber last night. Then I meant to watch Collision afterwards and didn't get around to it. And then I was busy today doing other things. So.
I'm back.
All right, we got Shep back. I don't know what happened, Shep. What button you hit?
No, I had a bunch of, all of a sudden, StreamYard wanted me to accept a bunch of acknowledgments and shit.
But that StreamYard's acting like Roman Reigns now? You got to acknowledge it?
Yeah. I was like, what the hell? I don't do this stuff, boys.
Oh, that's funny.
Hey, I don't have much of a voice, by the way, which I'm sure some of our listeners, that might make them happy. I don't know.
Well, you're already getting greeted here. Steffi.
Hi, Steffi. How you doing? Hey, Steffi, what did you think of that race today? I thought it was shit, but go ahead. I want to hear your voice.
I saw what? I saw Christopher Bell, back-to-back winner.
Yeah. Poor Kyle Busch. Yeah, I'm not a Kyle Busch fan, and he just bitches a lot, so I kind of liked it, but Poor Kyle Busch. What a bitch. Anyways, Steffi will obviously give us a little bit of insight. So,
Steven Chambers says he's doing a Roderick Strong. Shep.
hey, I appreciate that. It's been a long day. I had, it's been fucking Jesus. There we go. It's been a long day. Shit. Thank you. 60 race win the streak. It's been a long day. Had to cook for a bunch of people today and got cleaned up and put the kids to bed and ran out here. And I'm in such a hurry, Tanner. I'm empty right now.
Whoa.
So,
well, if you need to take a moment to go fill it up.
I think there's a sip or two left in this thing.
All right.
And then I'm going to go fill it up.
All right. Well, one of the Majin Paul is MIA again. Still, I guess his kids are sick now. So, yeah, it's all good. But Majin had a good question or a good comment here, and I was kind of giving my take on it, but I want yours because you're an FTR guy.
Yeah.
He said the build with Jay White and Willow behind Cope has been far better than the build with FTR behind him. I actually agreed with this. As much as I like FTR, I agreed with this.
I agree with it. I don't think there's any build at all with FTR right now.
No, it's kind of they did a few trios matches, sold some merch, and
yeah, and they pop up here once every 3 weeks.
Yeah,
maybe?
yeah.
So, as much of an FTR fan as I am, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I would love to see them every week. I think they deserve to be on TV every week. Now, whether they want to work every week, that's obviously a different subject. But hey, fuck off, Majin. Really? I'm trying to agree and be politically correct with everybody, and you say that bullshit.
I just brought it up because I know you two are just going to go head to head over FTR. So
I was being politically
You're
correct.
being good. You know, I was expecting. I don't think there was a single F-bomb dropped last week by Shep, which was a record. And tonight, boom, got one pretty quickly.
Well, when you say dumb shit like that, I mean, sorry. Yeah, actually, last week we had a really good conversation. It was very even keel. Nobody got fired up.
Yep.
Yeah, everybody got behaved. And then all of a sudden you have Majin being a dumbass. Then I get a little fired up. I'm sorry. All right. I apologize to everybody else that
I love it.
gets offended by my comments.
I love it. Brandon, you are right. Yeah, Revolutions. Like I say it all the time. They stack that card every year, and it's
And I didn't I talk about this last week? It's Mania season, so I feel like they stacked that card just to stay in the game, man. Just to be right there. And then after what we saw last night, they got to pull out all the stops.
We'll definitely get to that. We'll definitely. Steffi, when is Majin not a dumbass?
Always, you know what? I know we don't have an award for the best listener, but I'm going to give it. It's Steffi, right? KOP.
She's pretty loyal.
Yep. KOP listener of the year, Steffi, right now. Just saying.
Oh, Majin's good too. Steven, Brandon, everybody in the comments, they're all good.
I like Steven and Brandon. Who's the other guy you said?
This Majin guy right here.
I don't know. You were cutting out. Sorry, I got bad internet.
Okay.
Your microphone sucks. I can't hear what you're saying.
Well, we got these two going back and forth now in the comments here. So that's good. That's good stuff. But no, Revolution's gonna be great. Shep, like I told everybody at the start, getting a prediction show this week might be tough. We all got different things going on, but
I'm gonna make time for your ass, Tanner.
All right. Well, I was just telling them, needless to say, if we couldn't get a show in, we will at least get the graphics up and the pics and everything.
Oh, yeah.
We'll make that happen because Shep's got to defend it finally. So, you know.
Well, here's the deal. Shep flies to Florida Wednesday morning. So
yes, I knew that. And then, like I told everybody, my grandfather passed away unexpectedly this week, so we got viewing and that stuff going on. Then I got a wedding to go to Saturday, so we'll see.
It's Sunday night, right?
Yeah, it's Sunday. So
Sunday
week from
night.
tonight. Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll try to pull something out of the old hat. I'm putting Tanner on here. I mean, I'm putting him on par.
Yeah.
He ain't taking the belt.
Well,
He ain't taking the belt.
you know, if I have to lose it, I hope you defend it successfully. I don't want it going back to Paul. Paul can't even show up on the pod.
Wait a minute. Paul's he's in this?
I think he is, isn't he? Or is he not?
I don't think so.
I have no idea. I've lost
I
track.
don't think so.
I've lost track.
I didn't plan on Paul. I mean, I guess if we need a third place person to, to join, we can have Paul. But I mean, all right.
Oh yeah, Steph. I know you and Majin just fun banter back and forth.
Your fellow hockey fans. Long live Marty McSwirly. I'm gonna make a toddy.
All right, you go for it. You go for it. It's time. But well, let's get in some Dynamite talk from this week. I thought it was a fun. I'm gonna mute his mic so we don't hear the ice maker. I thought it was a really fun Dynamite this week. I thought the crowd was good. Hangman MGF just keeps getting better and better. For everybody out there in the comments, do you really think, and I'll ask Shep too, do you really think that MJF was getting his actual AEW tattoo lasered off, or was that the other leg?
I saw that.
Because I'm thinking if it wasn't his actual tattoo and it was the other leg, he's going to have to cover that up on the other leg then from now on. So
I think it's a work. It's a work.
Yeah. But I thought Hangman MJF the angle was really good again this week. Now AEW did make a blunder though. But good old camera work. Did you catch that, Shep, with CD?
I did not with CD.
When they cut back, CD was bloody.
Yeah.
They cut back about a half a second too quick. He was still bleeding like this. It was really quick. But yeah, he hit himself about 3 times and then was laying there.
Well,
Oh.
Yeah. You can argue that the AEW camera guys are just too good.
Yeah.
They get all the angles.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
My glass is half full tonight, so that's where we're gonna go with all the positivity, brother.
I like it. Oh man, but no, that match is gonna be awesome. Sunday, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I think you got I don't even know what Hangman is, but the crowd loves him. I don't know if he's a heel face tweener right now, but the crowd loves him. The crowd hates MJF. Perfect heel, so it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
So I was making a drink and I'm reading the comments about the hockey. Probably should leave those alone, huh, Tanner?
Yeah, you probably should. I'm not touching them still. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We're gonna keep this a wrestling podcast.
Yeah, as much as we can.
As
much as we can.
Well,
the first
11th province, my ass. You're gonna be the 51st state, mother.
Oh boy.
Truckers.
Here we go.
Oh
boy.
All right.
Oh boy. All right.
Go ahead. Here we go.
Next.
The
first match of Dynamite I thought was really good. I see it on paper. I'm like, yeah, Brian Keith, but Ospreay's gonna be great. But Brian Keith, I thought Brian Keith worked his ass off Wednesday night.
He did, and I think Brian Keith in the ring is so good. He's stuck in this faction right now, which I think it kind of buries him. It kind of hides him. He's behind Jericho. He's behind Bill. And those two guys are very obviously good in the ring, but I think it hides how good he can be. He might be a little weak on the mic, but yeah, in the ring.
But he's got those great one-liners on the mic. I mean,
he does.
Yeah.
Anyway. and then you put him in the ring with Ospreay. Like,
oh yeah.
I mean, do we have to even talk about that?
Yeah, Ospreay can make a good match happen with a broomstick. I mean,
Osprey me and him in the ring, Osprey would make me look skinny. How about that?
That's how damn good he is.
That's how good he is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But good match. Osprey gets the win. Even though there were some close calls after the match, he and Fletcher can't wait the Revolution. They start brawling in the aisleway there. So it's gonna be a fun one. That cage match.
That's gonna be.
That could be a show stealer.
I'm not showing my cards here, Tan Man, but that's a tough one. That's a tough one to call.
Oh, I don't think so. But we'll see.
You think he puts him over that many times? He's already put him over once.
Oh yeah, I know. I think Osprey gets the W. I'll say it. I'll put it in my predictions. I don't care. I'm chasing the title, so I think because the thing historically with AEW's cage matches, which we get about one a year outside of Blood and Guts, we don't usually see interference, which I like. I think they need to make their cages to where interference doesn't happen. So if they can keep the Callis family out, I think Osprey gets the W.
Wow.
But we'll see.
All right.
But we'll see. But what else on Dynamite do we want to talk about here? Going through my notes here. Yeah, we were talking about this a lot last week, and I see some people talk about earlier in the comments here. Ricochet and Swerve were officially getting that rematch, and it's a number one contenders match for the world title.
The way they have portrayed Ricochet, it's a no-brainer, man. I just don't. I don't like his character. I don't like the storyline with him and Nana. I don't like him taking the coat from Nana. I just don't like it. I don't like it. No. You know what? I've thought about that. If Nana turns on Swerve, it all of a sudden is Ricochet's valet.
Mm-hmm. Does give him mouthpiece.
I don't like it. I don't like it. Now, Swerve does not need anybody.
No.
He's strong enough on his own.
But does the dance going away take away from his character at all?
I don't. I think the reason we like Nana is because of the darn dance, right?
Yes.
I don't think he would have the same effect with Ricochet.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't either. I don't like Ricochet at all right now. So anything that you pair with him, I'm going to be.
Does that mean he's doing good heel work? If you don't like anything he's doing,
I don't think he's doing good heel work. I think he's annoying. Right?
I think that's how he wants to come off, though. I think he's doing pretty good.
I disagree with you, Maja. I think his promos have been shit.
So
he's an annoying little stepsister.
Well, Andy, I just figured we were going to get this rematch, but I like the stipulation of the number one contender because I think it could, depending who wins this match, that's going to say a lot about the main event coming up later that night with Mox and Cope. Because if Swerve wins, for instance, let's say if Swerve wins, you really think Cope's going to win it and then we're going to do face and face?
You know what, though? We've talked. I mean, how many years have we done this podcast? 3 now?
You've been on almost 3 years.
Okay.
Podcast's been around 4 years. Yep.
We've always had the discussion, and I remember back when I would do the podcast with you guys without the headphones and the microphone, back in my old house where I would just do it literally on a laptop. We'd always have the discussion of AEW doesn't care about heel and face. We had all these matchups right in the early days of AEW and, all their tournaments and this and that. And we didn't care about heel and face. So why not keep that going?
Yeah.
Now, I mean, on his way out, Adam Copeland, Swerve Strickland, want to see that before he retires.
Sure.
So we can spin it somehow.
Well, and imagine say Cope is losing to Christian Cage after he cashes in. I thought about that too. But if you have Swerve win, we've seen Swerve and Christian just last year, Double or Nothing. don't think they replay that one that fast.
Correct.
So I just think
Correct.
it will tell you a lot who wins this match. So we'll see. We'll see. Now I'll go on record. Do I think they should put it on Cope? I actually do think they should have Cope go over Mox. Do I think they will? I'll say that for my predictions.
Do you say that because you think he needs one more little run in his
Yeah,
career?
well, yeah, I would like to see that. And I just think I don't know how much longer they can keep extending this Death Riders, Mox's champ stuff because it's just not hitting very well.
Yeah, it's not the greatest. Don't get me wrong. I agree with you on that. But would that be too cliche with what's going on up in Connecticut with obviously what we saw last night?
Probably. And Tony doesn't like to pivot in his big championship stories very often, unless he has to. It seems like. So he likes to stick to his plan unless he's got to pivot due to injury or something. So we'll see. We'll see. But I saw a comment earlier from Majin when we were talking about Fletcher and Osprey, and he said the show has two Steelers, Takeshita and Omega, and Osprey and Fletcher. Yeah, Takeshita and Osprey for the international title is going to be just stupid. Just going to be stupid.
Did you catch anything this past weekend? Takeshita down in CMLL defending.
I knew he was working, but I didn't catch any of it.
He defended the New Japan open weight belt, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what he has. And after that, he called out a luchador, which I think is Blue Panther, which is the same luchador that Bryan Danielson wanted to work with. So all the dirt sheets were kind of throwing a little like connective thing there about how Takeshita could come back, or I'm sorry, Danielson could come back and work with him because of Blue Panther, the whole connection there. I thought that was very interesting, actually.
He's doing some great work right now, Takeshita is. He's
the guy is literally signed to 3 companies.
Yeah, which is very, very
Awesome.
rare. I mean,
Awesome.
Yeah, he's good, and that. Yeah, he and Omega. I know we've seen it twice, and he got over Omega both times. But that's part of the story. I mean, Omega cut a promo last night, saying he was to the point where he's getting pissed off because Uncle Don kept saying it over and over again while he was on the shelf. So it's going to be good. And I know. Here's my question to you, Shep. Is the international title too low for Omega?
No.
I agree.
No. And I guess here's why I say that is because the international title could be defended in other companies, CMLL, New Japan, et cetera, et cetera. So you put it on a guy like Omega and you tout him around to these other promotions like he's our AEW stud. He's our champion. So I don't think it's beneath him at all. Absolutely not. Now, if you would have put the is it TNT?
Yeah, the one that Garcia holds and never freaking defends it. Oh, I'm so mad about that.
That'd be a title beneath him.
Yeah.
But this international championship, absolutely not. I think it's actually perfect for him. It fits him great.
Well, MGF's had it. Osprey's had it twice. I mean, Orange Cassidy's had it. Mox has had it. So, yeah, it's 100% Majin. The international has become what the TNT was meant to be. I don't know what the hell they're doing with that thing. Putting on Garcia, that was fine. But he's defended it 3 times. Oh, okay. I think last night was his 4th defense. Yeah, I just
you might as well make it an ROH belt.
Yeah, I don't get it. And I was kind of surprised he didn't drop it last night. Even though it would have been on a Collision and not a pay-per-view. I thought they might pull the trigger with Adam Cole, but they didn't. So, yeah, it's been, to Steven's comment, Garcia's run with the TNT title has been, it's just not doing much with it.
As the high school kids say nowadays, it's been mid.
It's been mid.
It's been mid.
Yeah. Yep. One thing that surprised me on Dynamite, the Outrunners. going over to the Murder Machines with
Oh,
the
come
distraction
on.
of Hurt Syndicate.
Oh,
I,
yeah, and you're just going to say that because of the backstage vignette afterwards.
I would know. I was just surprised because I mean they've been. You can tell where they're going with this though. It's going to be Hurt Syndicate versus Murder Machines eventually. So that's where they're going with it. There's no way in hell the Outrunners are taking the titles off of Hurt Syndicate. I like the Outrunners, but it should be a squash match on the pay-per-view.
Oh, don't do that. No.
Should be.
It should not be.
Should be.
How could you bury those guys? After what they've done, how could you bury them?
How could you make the Hurt Syndicate look weak as champs?
I'm not saying they would lose, but we've seen a lot of matches in AEW where the underdog has almost won, but didn't.
Right.
But still look good and made the champions go over. It can be done. I'm not saying it should, but you should give these guys a little bit more than a squash match.
I was surprised, Majin, because I mean I like that they're drawing it out, their Murder Machines and Hurt Syndicate. I mean, draw it out to the Dynasty next month. But I was just surprised because usually, especially in the tag division, AEW doesn't let things breathe too much. They fast rush a lot of stuff.
Well, let's be honest. The tag division has 0 storylines right now.
Oh yeah, right. It's the only one we got. Yeah.
This is all we got right now. So let's run with it.
Yeah, but really, I mean, Revolution's a week from tonight. I gotta think the Bucks come back at Revolution. It's in their home state. It's time, isn't it?
You know what? If you're going to decide to have a tag division and make it competitive, yeah, bring them back.
Yeah.
Right now, the storylines are shit.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you want to. I mean, I'm trying not to sound like an AEW homer right now.
Yeah.
But why would you bring them back in a shit storyline, right?
Well,
if you're going to bring these guys back, these are the Bucks, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Arguably one of the top 3 tag teams of all time. Why would you want to bring them back into a shitstorm?
To help correct it.
Okay, your glass is half full tonight. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. But if you do bring them back, then you better have a plan, and you better have 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 tag teams.
I agree.
Ready to compete and put on some great matches over the next 3 to 4 months and boost it. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, let's throw out six teams they can work with. We've named 3 of them tonight. I would say the Outrunners are one you can work with.
Outrunners, FTR.
Okay, FTR, of course, Hurt Syndicate, they're champs. Murder Machines.
Yep.
I know you don't like Brian Cage. Okay, the Bucks. How about the Hounds of Hell?
Yep.
There's 6.
Exactly.
I mean, you could throw Private Party in there. Yeah, they haven't been on TV since they lost the titles.
Yeah.
I mean, there's teams. It's just
Shane Taylor Promotions.
Yeah, hell, you could call up your ROH tag champs, Dustin and Sammy. They won't, but you could. There's that's what's frustrating, I guess. There's
Grizzly
talent
young
there.
veterans.
There's talent there.
The Guns.
Yeah, hell yeah. It's loaded. They just don't.
There's
do
stupid
much with
talent
it.
there.
They just don't do anything with it.
I think Tony needs to wake up tomorrow morning after he drinks his 14th cup of coffee and wipes his nose. I think he needs to he needs to look at Christopher Daniels or somebody in the back and say, you guys take over the tag team. Like, take over this division and write something and it's you. I back you 100%. And let somebody just run with it because there is stupid talent there. And let them go.
And as hot as the WWE is right now, I think their tag division sucks. That's where AEW can take advantage. Make your company the tag team company like it used to be.
Yes. And I mean, we're going to get into WWE, But the only thing WWE has going right now is their main event storylines, and I think their women's division.
Yeah. Yeah.
Other
Yeah.
than that,
I
I
agree.
don't watch the shit. Well, I fast forward through it. Let's put it that way. So
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, everybody keeps just naming off tag teams. Yeah, it's deep. It's deep. It just got to do something with it. Great, compelling storylines for them. Great, compelling builds. Don't just put these fantasy dream tag team matches.
no, and these guys are young.
Yes, most of them. Yeah.
There's a lot of young talent.
Yep. Yep. So
And listen, the Bucks aren't young anymore.
no, they're not. They're not.
I mean, 10 years ago when we started watching the BTE, they were young.
Oh yeah.
They're not young anymore.
But man, they looked good in Japan earlier this year when they were
did.
wrestling, So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Modern said the WWE tag division has sucked since like 06, bruh. You're not wrong. Not wrong. They've had some flashes in the pan, but it's not too consistent. So
Golf match was getting a little loud behind me.
so what is going on back there?
I thought I should turn it down. I'm watching the rerun of the PGA today, and obviously somebody got a little pissed off.
Yeah, look at everybody. The heck?
Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Should have turned it down earlier.
I thought somebody was in your bar with you yelling. You got some friends I could see doing that. Steffi thought it was a cow. It was a cow.
Sorry.
Oh, that's funny.
These golf fans are getting rowdy. I don't know what to tell you.
They do. They do. I thought the women's match on Dynamite was fun. Harley Cameron getting to win over Deonna Purrazzo. I feel for Deonna, though, man. They don't give her any W's.
When was the last time she had a W?
It's been a while, it feels like. But I get it. Pushing Harley right now. She's over with the crowd.
Yeah, but there's other talents that you could have thrown out there
Right.
and her to go over.
Right.
And would have been just as good.
Right.
And Deonna can be, I don't know. I feel like she could be a main card girl, man.
I feel like ever since they signed her, they pushed her right away, gave her a big match, and then after that, it's kind of been lost in the shuffle.
Yeah.
Well,
you're not wrong.
Bad. But I do love what they're teasing with Mercedes. I mean, we talked about it last week. The seeds are being planted for her against Athena. If you're paying attention, because she ran into Billy Starks.
So, okay. So you would think is because her little title right now, the belt collector, to go up against Athena and take the ROH title off of her. So she would have another belt.
Try to, but like I said, if you plant the seeds now, you can draw this out to All In Texas, where Athena's from, and Athena takes the TBS off of Mercedes. I think she's the perfect person to do it.
Okay, or you do it earlier, have Mercedes go over, keep the feud going, and then in Athena's hometown in Texas, you have Mercedes defend all the belts against Athena and then have her go over.
Then she's the belt collector.
collector.
And then Mercedes can, let's be honest, go for the world title.
Correct.
Yeah.
That would make more sense.
Yeah. Steven's saying Mercedes versus Billy Starks Dynasty, Mercedes versus Athena All In. I could see that too. Because, Billy's Athena's minion. They've done some good work together in ROH. But, and if everybody follows Mercedes and Athena on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, they're starting to jab back and forth at each other too. So the seeds are definitely being planted. It's about time. Why Athena hasn't been used on AEW television much? Big mystery. But I think we're going to finally get it soon. So that tells me Tony's listening to the fans on that one. So there's a lot of fans outside just you and I clamoring for that to happen. So
she could be the most athletic female in the women's division too.
Well, and I'm just excited that we're finally going to get both women's titles defended on a pay-per-view again. Like it should be every pay-per-view, but more times than not, it's only one.
Yeah.
So, because we're getting Mariah May and Tony Storm again, which Tony cut a good promo again last night from the hospital bed.
Tony cuts great promos.
Wherever she's at.
Maybe the best promo in AEW right now.
Steve said Athena has to lose her title at Supercard of Honor during Mania weekend. I keep forgetting that's even coming up next month because I just don't watch ROH much and haven't heard much about Supercard of Honor coming up. But you're right; it's always during Mania weekend. But who's
she facing?
Yeah, somebody's gonna have to. If it's been announced, somebody's gonna have to help us out.
Yeah, if it's been announced, help me out here.
And they're not doing that in Vegas, right? Even though they usually do it where in the same city, Mania. But I thought I read they're not doing it in Vegas. Somebody please inform me because like I said, I do not follow ROH as closely as I probably should. But I'm also not paying for Honor Club, so sorry, Tony. You need to get that TV deal if you want me to watch. So,
yeah. Tony's hurting for your $9.99 a month.
Yeah, he is. The main event of Dynamite I thought was awesome. I thought it was a hell of a main event. I think we all thought Takeshita, was going to go over OC, but man, it was a fun match. Those two can bring it.
It was good seeing, after a break, what do you have, 6 weeks off?
Mm-hmm. Back-to-back weeks, he's put good matches together.
Back-to-back weeks, great matches, 6 weeks off. Just shows how good of a competitor he is, good of a worker he is.
See the match he's in at Revolution, though?
I have not.
He's in a pre-show match.
Oh, season of
it's a trios.
Oh, jeez.
It's the M&M collection versus OC, Mark Briscoe, and Big Boom AJ.
Oh, jeez. I did see.
Boom!
Oh, God. That's embarrassing.
Steven's saying there's no announcement yet for Athena's defense, Supercard of Honor. But we knew it was announced a while back that AJ was going to do something at Revolution. So here it is. It'll be, at first when I saw it, I was like, oh, okay. And then I got thinking, that will be entertaining. With those three on the team, it's got to be entertaining. At the end of the day, that's what we want as pro wrestling fans, to be entertained.
You know what, though? OC and Mark Briscoe are great professional wrestlers. So why take him down a level and put him in with this jackalope?
He gets the views, man. Gets the clicks and the views.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Macho makes a good point here. TK takes credits Big Boom AJ for showing him how big the importance of promotion and marketing is, yet he never does it. We rarely get hype for these upcoming pay-per-views and such. Yeah. Steven, guys, see the video when Collision went off the air backstage, Gabe Kidd and Mark Briscoe got into. I did. I saw that today. Very good stuff. Shep, did you see that?
Yeah, I did. And
really good stuff.
I couldn't think of another guy to bring Gabe Kidd in to brawl with than Mark Briscoe.
They laid it in pretty good. Yeah. Both of them got a couple good shots there.
I mean, I know Gabe Kidd's got his beef with Kenny Omega, but Omega's busy right now.
Right.
So with bringing Gabe Kidd over here recently, like if you want to brawl and do some crazy shit, Mark Briscoe's your guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's your guy.
Mm-hmm.
And as much as I love Mark Briscoe, he's also a guy you could bring Gabe Kidd in and have a great match, do some crazy stuff, make both those guys look good, but yet let Gabe go over.
Oh, yeah. I think Gabe's a can't-miss talent. Like, I'm guessing he's probably going to re-sign with New Japan if he hasn't already. I know his contract, he was in negotiations. I mean, he's one you can't let him go out of your company. I think he's a superstar in the making.
Yeah. So, again, I think pairing him with Briscoe is perfect.
Yeah. A lot of fun. Of course, we saw Cope start to get even. He's starting to get even with the Death Riders. Took out Claudio with a concerto. Was going to take Marina out, but Willow comes out and does it instead, which I loved. Thought it was great.
You know what? I love that we're gonna get a match with Marina.
I hope we do. We haven't seen her in a match since she's joined Death Riders.
We haven't seen it, but we know she can work. She's got the look. She's got the attitude, the swagger. And I would think one of the bigger faces out of the title picture would be Willow.
Uh-huh.
Everybody loves Willow.
Yep.
So this is a perfect scenario.
Yep.
To have these two ladies together.
And it was good. Jay White wasn't letting Mox come over to barricade. He had the chair. I mean, I like, that's where I even tweeted, like, because, the match before, which was a really good trios match, by the way, with Garcia and FTR losing to the Undisputed Kingdom. Really good trios match, though. That's the problem. That's one thing I had, though. Like, and then we see Cope getting beat up by the Death Riders. And, like, I'm like, wasn't his two buddies just out here? FTR, they can't come right back out and help him. But then Jay White finally came out, and so, I mean, Jay White, that's where I go with Majin's comment. Yeah, the Jay White stuff's been good. Even though I still think Jay White might stab Cope in the back eventually down the road.
Switchblade. Yeah, I think Jay White's way better as a heel than a face.
He is. But there's only one Death Rider left to take out of the equation, make sure he can't show up to help Mox, and that's Wheeler. So Wheeler, Cope's coming for you probably Wednesday night because Pac out, Claudio out, Marina out.
Will somebody give that son of a bitch a haircut?
Captain Caveman, according to Steven.
Dude, his hair is awful. Embarrassing.
Yep. Yeah, and Jay White was laughing at Wheeler as he caught Marina with the knee. Yep. Yeah. He's doing good work. Jay White's doing good work. For sure. And Shep, I know you don't watch Busted Open when Thunder is on, but did you hear her word salad on the whole chair thing last week?
I mean, I saw the chair shit happened. What was her explanation?
She gave an explanation that I kind of was like, I'll let Majin explain, but I kind of like.
Go ahead and explain, Majin, because no, I did not listen. Usually on Fridays when she's on, I do not tune in.
Yeah.
LaGreca
had a good rant last night. They did an emergency.
Holy shit, I loved it.
Oh, get fired up Dave's the best. Oh man. But no, Revolution's gonna be a hell of a show. Let's look at the card so far. Make sure I haven't forgotten any matches. Let's see here. And I'll check on how the tickets are going too. Yeah, we got Big Boom AJ with Big Justice and OC and Mark Briscoe versus Eminem Collection and Johnny TV. Sorry, forgot about him. I forget he's in the company half the time.
We don't care for him.
Osprey, Fletcher, and Steel Cage. MJF versus Hangman. Swerve versus Ricochet, number one contenders match. Mercedes versus Momo Watanabe, I believe is how you pronounce her name, for the TBS Championship.
Gesundheit.
Thank you. Hurt Syndicate versus Outrunners. Timeless Tony Storm versus Mariah May. Takeshita versus Kenny, and Mox versus Cope. So 9 matches right now, including the one on the pre-show. He'll probably add 1 to 2 more. Yeah, I think 9's a sweet spot, though. I really do. I like 9, but
well, first of all, we're not even predicting that pre-show because that's bullshit.
No, we're not. We know who's gonna win. I mean, come on. Majin said her whole thing was safety, how she's always safe, values it, et cetera, et cetera. Majin says, I get that, but you're telling me you couldn't hit them in the back or something or make them move. Like, come on. I agree, Majin. Like, come on.
Hey, mark this down. What time is it, Tanner? It's 9:15 Eastern Standard.
Yep.
Majin and I agree.
March 2nd.
March 2nd,
Eastern time.
9:15 Eastern time. Majin and I freaking agree.
Got my pen. Got my notebook.
Write it down, baby.
Writing it down. Oh, that's good stuff. But no, Revolution's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to it. For Shep and everybody in the comments, what do you prefer? Do you prefer the AW pay-per-views to be on Saturdays or Sundays?
Personally, like with the wife and kid schedule, I prefer Sunday evenings.
Right. Makes sense.
If it was single Shepherd back in the day when Shepherd was single, it'd be Saturday nights all night long because we'd get off of work at 2. We would party until 5 or 6, right? And then we'd come back to the house, order a bunch of junk food, and then party even more during the PLE.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
That was single Shep days. But nowadays I prefer Sunday afternoons. I can put the kids to bed and I come out here and watch them.
Something, and I'm married, but I don't have any kids at the moment. But
it'll change, Tanner.
Hopefully it changes. Hopefully it changes eventually. But there's something about, maybe it's just that's what we got accustomed to for years. I like Sunday evening pay-per-views and PLEs. I don't know.
Well, okay. Good point, Tanner. You're married.
Mm-hmm.
Don't have the kids yet.
Yeah.
So on a Saturday night, you come home. I don't know if you work on Saturdays. You probably don't.
I do not.
You're in marketing.
Yeah. I take no offense. 100%.
Yeah. You work for a bank. You're marketing. But like Saturdays, you're sitting around going, "Hey, babe, let's go out and have a dinner. Let's go out and have a drink and have dinner."
Mm-hmm.
So you get home at 9:30, 10 o'clock after having your date
Mm-hmm.
night, and you're like, "Oh fuck, we had a pay-per-view start at 8 o'clock."
Yeah. Yeah.
So Sunday is just it's the perfect night for me.
Now, and I gotta admit, my wife's pretty good about it for a wife that doesn't really care about professional wrestling. She lets me watch what I want to watch.
Sounds like she puts up a lot of shit, Tanner.
Yeah. Well, she's a saint in the house. Like last night, even though she fell asleep during it, she let me watch Elimination Chamber. I mean, we were in Rochester doing some family stuff yesterday for a while, but when we got home, she let me watch Elimination Chamber. But yeah, so she also likes to go to bed early, so that kind of helps. I can stay up and watch stuff. So, Brandon J says Sunday. He prefers Sunday. Imagine just like John Cena, I sold my soul to Shep. Imagine says he prefers Saturdays. Steffi prefers Sundays. So got a mix.
Yeah, we got a mix.
And I understand why Tony goes to Saturdays during football season. He doesn't want to do anything, but hell, the NFL's on about every night anymore. So,
what though? In most of those PLEs that are on Saturdays, I'll be honest, I wake up and watch them Sunday morning.
Yeah.
So maybe watch a tail end of them Saturday night when I get out to the barn and the wife and kids are in bed. I watch a tad bit of them, but more than likely I turn around, especially AEW, I watch them on Sunday morning. So.
What'd I say? What'd I do?
I don't know. You did something.
Is it because I didn't mention the Eagles? I know she's an Eagles fan. Is that why? Is that why I'm getting this comment?
You were talking about the NFL.
I got something to say. NFL, right? Eagle related. I mean, if I was an Eagle fan, I wouldn't shut up right now.
Fly Eagles, fly!
Oh man!
Hey, it's better than our Colts and Broncos, right?
Yeah, at least my team finally made the playoffs for the first time in a decade.
Oh, fuck off!
But Steven, during college football season, AWB hurt in collision ratings wise. Yeah, yep. I told you it was Eagles related. I'd be doing the same thing. And thank you for beating the Chiefs. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that.
I don't know. I'm a Taylor Swift fan. I'm pissed.
No, you're not. No, but I know you better than that. I know you way better than that.
All right, you're right. I can't even pull one over on you.
Nah. Any other things from AEW you want to hit on? Like I said, we're a week away from Revolution, so we got Go Home Dynamite, Go Home Collision upcoming.
I think we're gonna have a really, really good week of television. I think it's gonna be very entertaining.
Yep.
With all what's going on in professional wrestling right now,
it's a hell of a time to be a fan, man.
There's a shit ton going on. And I think AEW is like flying right under the radar right now because it's Mania season, right?
Me too.
But
if you watch on good shows,
if you watch the product, Trust me, you know me, I'm the first one to harp on it. If you watch the product, I think it's very entertaining and very good right now.
Yeah, I think they're on a good run. I think they're figuring some stuff out. But
now we just got to continue that into Arlington, Texas.
Yep.
Into May, right?
Yep.
So, we got 3 months to work on that. So
hell, All In Texas is July 12th. So you got a long time to build.
Oh, it's not. I thought it was in May. I'm sorry.
Nope.
It's in July.
Yep. May's Double or Nothing.
Where's it at? Chicago?
Double or Nothing? It's in Phoenix this year. Glendale.
Okay.
They moved it out of Vegas to Glendale. June is off. There's no pay-per-view in June this year.
Okay.
All In's in Arlington in July, and then Forbidden Doors August this year, and that's in London. Yeah, London this year.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and I got the All In tickets up here, and so far without any matches or anything announced, and we're in March. This is in July. There's the setups for 18,140 as of right now. There's been 11,723 tickets sold. So there's 6,417 tickets available. I know they'd love to get to that 30,000 mark at least. So we'll see. But like I said, that's 11,723 without any matches announced.
That's pretty good. That's
Not
pretty
too
good.
bad.
Pretty good.
Not too bad. Let's see if I can find. I was looking for Revolution here.
While you're looking at Revolution, why don't you, after you looked at Revolution, why don't you look at Mania? Because I heard Vegas is struggling for Mania right now.
Well, I got the Chamber here. This could have sold out. This was earlier yesterday. They had 36,953 sold yesterday at one point. And it was set up for 37,296. Come on now. Come on. Well, you know what? I'm just going to do it the old-fashioned way. Revolution. All right, so this was man, he hasn't done an update since Valentine's Day.
Whoa.
Valentine's Day, there was the setup was for 8,372, and they had sold 7,090.
That's for Revolution?
1,200 available as of Valentine's Day.
I would think those are gone now, right?
I would think. They usually get around 10-ish. Seems like so. Yeah, I think that'll. And let's check Mania here. All right, Mania. This was February 28th, so just last week. This is night 2. Oh, I got night 1 and night 2. Let's go night 1. Setup was 51,481. They've sold 45,038. So there's 5,913 left. In night 2, pretty similar numbers. Set up 51,481, 45,838 distributed. So 5,113 left. Not a sellout though.
I've been in that arena, or been in that stadium. I think 51,000 is
that's small.
That's small because Rumble, you were there. Rumble was 65,000 at Lucas Oil.
They said it was 70.
They said it was 70?
Mm-hmm. It was a shit ton of people. At Allegiant Stadium, where the Raiders play, and Mania is going to be. And I know Mania is different with the stage and everything, so keep that in mind. But it can get up to 71,835. And for soccer games, not even NFL, for soccer games, it can hold 61,000. So it's going to be less than that.
So look at that up. How much are you going to hold for a concert? Like, because a concert has the same kind of stage,
right? And
then a walkout. Like I was there for Morgan Wallen and Jelly Roll, and I feel like it was every bit of 60,000 people.
Let's see. I'm trying.
Now I was drunk.
No, what?
Not me.
It says it can get up to 65
for a concert.
Yeah. So
you're 20,000 short right now compared to what you think it should be. So I'm telling you right now, I think the prices are killing them.
Well, and like imagine Vegas isn't a wrestling crowd. Steven Chambers, who wants to pay $50,000 for both nights, Mania front row. Yikes! Yeah. Yeah. Even last night, like Elimination Chamber, and when I went to Rumble, I mean, there's some crazy prices for those. But thing is, people are buying them, and like it just
You
blows
know
my
what?
mind.
Like me, I would love to go to Vegas for 2 nights of wrestling because I love Vegas. I love gambling. So like I would go a day before and stay a day after and have, 2 days of gambling and partying or whatever. But it's not like when I go to a concert, like when I went to Jelly Roll and Morgan Wallen, like I paid $150 a ticket.
I would expect you to pay more.
And I had a good seat. I was on the side of the stage, 15, 20 rows up.
Yep.
So
Majin's asking if you should go see Jelly Roll. He's coming up to this area.
fuck yeah. Jelly Roll right now is the hottest thing going.
Well, and he's going on tour with Post Malone. That's gonna be a lot of fun.
Actually, we're looking at tickets in Arlington, Texas, to go to the Big Ass. I think it's called the Big Ass Tour between the two of them.
Yep.
No, so I'm gonna date myself a little bit here. My wife was bitching at me earlier about this. I became a Jelly Roll fan about 4 years ago. Okay, let's go 4 years back. Like we're talking COVID shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everybody looked at me like, how do you like this guy? And I'm like, I don't know. I found him on YouTube. I listened to a couple podcasts on him, and I like 2 of his songs. That's it. Other music I didn't care for. I like 2 of his songs, but I really like this guy. Like he was genuine. He was wholesome. Like this guy's cool as shit, and he's got a bunch of tattoos on his face. And so I started passing along to a couple of my buddies into music. And then all of a sudden, he just takes off. It was great. So this happened twice now to me. Let's go back 5 years or 6 years before that. I was sending shit to my buddies about Luke Combs. Actually, I have an email in my email. I emailed Luke Combs to come perform in Rochester, Indiana. And he was going to do it. This was back when he was sitting and doing YouTube every Monday or whatever. So I kind of know music. I kind of like music. Anyways, go see Jelly Roll. I know I went on a tangent there, rabbit hole. I'm good at those.
No.
Yes, if you have a chance to go see Jelly Roll, go do it. He's awesome. He's inspirational. Have a couple shots beforehand and afterwards, and it's an amazing show.
There you go.
All right.
There you go.
Back to wrestling. Let's go.
Any more AEW talk before we wrap it up with
I
know we're an AEW centric podcast, but we have to hit on one of the biggest wrestling moments in recent memory. So
I thought real quick before we go into Connecticut talk, I thought AEW had a really, really strong week.
I think they have been. So
it was a great week. I think we're going to have a really good week coming now, going into our pay-per-view, right? PLE, pay-per-view, whatever the hell you want to call it. So I'm
pay-per-view for AEW because we have to pay for it.
Yeah, we have to pay
on top
for
of
it.
our subscriptions.
I'm really excited for Wednesday night.
Yeah.
I think Wednesday night is going to be a telltale.
So any surprise, any debut predictions or return predictions for Revolution?
I think the only surprise you're going to get, return the Bucks. Okay. Surprise, Josh Alexander.
How about Speedball?
No, not yet.
Not yet? Okay. But he's the one they're doing vignettes for.
Right. Curveball.
Okay. All right. I like it. You could. I hope they don't do this, but we were talking about boosting the tag division. Could bring them in together as a tag. But I don't really like that. I think they're strong enough single competitors. Got to establish themselves first.
I think Alexander is close to a main event guy. So
Wednesday night we're going to Thunder Rosa and Statlander versus Megan Bay. Megan.
I hope when Thunder steps out, the stage breaks and she falls and We don't see her like.
Hey, Majin, I saw this on X and it reminded me of you. I don't know if they're just friends and like playful on X or if they're dating. Joey Janela and Megan Bain. You need to do some research. He was hanging out with her the other day.
Megan Bain's into the toothless guy?
I think so.
She's like 6 inches taller than him.
You think about Janela though. He pulls, man. He had Penelope Ford before Kip did.
Maybe he's got the
Yep. The Rock, goosebumps.
I don't have goosebumps over that. But,
no, I'm just saying.
Hey, I got a good one for you. And I don't know why Megan Bain made me think of this, right? But I'm going to say this joke.
Wheeler's dead. Wheeler's dead. Cope against Wheeler Wednesday. He's dead.
He's dead.
Wow,
what do you call the female version of a teabag?
Oh, God, I don't know.
Think about it.
I'm thinking. I'm just ready.
Tell me when you're ready.
Oh, I'm ready.
We call it a frappuccino.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, boy.
No, I don't know why it was Megan Bain that made me think.
Yeah, that's very odd.
But when you said that it was Janela and Megan Bain dating, I was like, oh, I remember this joke.
Oh, boy.
Sorry, guys. Anybody I offended out there in Twitter land, I apologize.
They'll get over it. They'll get over it.
Still love you guys.
We have not brought up Joey Janela in this podcast in a long time. So.
Long time. He's still missing a tooth, right?
I think he's missing a lot of things.
All right. Let's great week for AEW, but let's
throw out your wrestler of the week real quick.
Ooh, wrestler of the week. I'm going OC, man.
I'm going the guy who beat him, Takeshita.
Yeah.
Yep. I thought they both were. That main event was so fun, and both those guys can just go. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Yeah, last night, Elimination Chamber, Rogers Center. It's always going to be Sky Dome to me. Rogers Center. It's interesting. They don't usually do like Elimination Chamber in a big stadium, but they felt like it was the right move to do. Good women's chamber match. Bianca Belair won. So we'll see who she goes against, either Rhea Ripley or Io Sky. They face each other tomorrow night on Raw. The tag match I thought sucked, but Trish and Tiffy went over, but I thought it was garbage. Unsanctioned match was fine. Kevin Owens won, and then I was hoping he was going to return. Finally, Randy Orton comes back. I was hoping to see him at the Rumble, but he didn't come back. My wife had never seen Randy Orton before.
Really?
Yeah. And he comes, or she had, maybe she hadn't. He comes out. My God, he's big. And I'm like, yeah, he's packed on a lot of muscle the last few years.
So is there? Am I wrong here thinking that after that unsanctioned match, that down the road we would see Kevin Owens versus El Generico? Could we see a return of El Generico after all the different personalities he's had? He's been an honorary Oos, right?
Yeah.
You know, and this has gotten personal. So I feel like the original personal feud between these guys is Kevin Steen versus El Generico. And can I get this at Mania?
The Mania directions, Owens and Orton, that was laid out last night.
I know, but like I feel like that's the right thing to do, right?
Well, I feel like if they're ever going to do KO and Sammy again, you got to do something because they've faced each other so many times.
And every time they face each other, they always get into the personal aspect. Like, you know, he was stood up with Kevin in his wedding, and they get on that personal history, which is great. Right. But I want to see the return of El Generico.
Yeah, no, it would be interesting because it'd be against, you know, and I know Triple H is running things in WWE now, but it'd be taking I don't know, because now we are starting to see, like, Cody Rhodes invented the American Nightmare persona outside the WWE, and he brought it in. So now I'm kind of going against I'm going to kind of contradict. I was going to say they would have to break the wall of bringing a character that was created in another company over, but I guess we've seen them do it in a way. So
Yeah, I mean, American Nightmare was not created in WWE.
never been Hell in a Cell at Mania. Really can see KO. I thought at Mania 15, The Undertaker and Big Boss Man was Hell in a Cell when they hung Big Boss Man by a noose. They pulled it up. I'm pretty sure that was Hell in a Cell.
You sure that was Mania though?
And wasn't Undertaker and Triple H at Mania 29 Hell in a Cell with Shawn as special guest referee?
It was.
Yeah, or 28. Excuse me, 28. 29 was in New York. 28. Yeah, 28. But it's been a while. The men's elimination chamber came down to CM Punk and John Cena. Who did you think was taking that one, Shep, when it came down to those two guys?
Say that again. Sorry.
When it came down to Cena and Punk in the chamber, who did you think was going over?
Oh, I when it got to those two, I knew it was Cena.
I did too. And you know why?
Just because
the camera never showed Rollins getting out of the chamber.
Oh,
I'm like, he's still in there somewhere, and he came in with a stomp.
I thought let's go back to post press conference, and the press conference that Cena gave, where he basically just took his privilege and declared himself into the chamber. And then all of a sudden, he's in the chamber. He's in the final like that. It's Cena. It's got to be him.
I did understand also the story of him not like being able to get over the hump, having to, keep trying month after month after month. But they went the direction of him winning, and the last segment of the show explained why. Right after that, he's celebrating, and then Cody Rhodes' music hits. Cody comes out, and they're talking, and Cena's like, I love you or whatever, but I'm coming for that, and shaking hands. Then the Rock's music hits. Then we get the mix part with Travis Scott, because Travis Scott comes out, which he was advertised for the show.
Look at my comment. Why?
We'll get in that.
Sorry.
And then the Rock.
Sorry, people that are listening. I just made your elevation go up.
So when they came in, the Rock and Travis, I thought he was just going to exit the ring. Travis Scott, and okay, cool, whatever. He made his interest with the Rock and made his presence known because he was advertised to be there. But then he's just standing in the corner. He's texting at one time. He's smoking at one time. He's doing whatever he wants. I'm like, why is he just chilling in the ring? And, then the Rock says, Cody Rhodes, it's time. Opens his arms. It's time for you to come and embrace me and give me your soul and be my champion. And Cody's like, well, blah, blah, blah. I want it all, Rock. And then he talks about the people, and he tells The Rock to go fuck himself. Uncensored. When Peacock had been censoring everything throughout the night, and maybe that's why they were censoring everything.
So good.
I mean, the crowd just pops, and Michael Cole pops, and John Cena pops in the back.
Well, when you said the censor thing, WWE reposted it today. And I sent it to you and Paul.
Yes, they did.
And I'm like, they reposted it and did not censor the guy. I'm like, okay, they're fuck the PG thing, right? They're just going with it. Let's go.
I did see where Travis Scott is in training.
I hope you're lying, Steven.
No, I saw the report.
I don't want to see that.
I don't either.
Sorry.
But getting some comments here. Majin's so predictable. I don't even regularly watch their product. As soon as he was named, I knew he'd win. And let's see. Hey, Bully Ray and Jimmy Corderas and anyone else who called me out for saying Cody has had a mid-run so far. What happened last night? How often has it happened? Well, I'm getting it. And then, so we see Cody and Cena embrace, and Cena's looking at The Rock, and all of a sudden his face gets real serious, and we see The Rock do the same thing he did at Bad Blood with the two fingers in the throat. Cena steps back, kicks Cody right in the nuts, and then just beats the crap out of him. Beats him up with the Rolex, with a mic, with the belt. whatever he can get his hands on, they bust him open. Rock hits him with the weight belt. Travis Scott smacks the shit out of him upside the head.
That's a hard smack. Hard smack.
So, and then we go off air with those three, and they finally did it. After saying they weren't going to do it for 15 to 20 years, John Cena's a heel. And he literally just did a round of Make-A-Wishes yesterday before the event.
Well, and then his post conference was walked in, picked up the mic, dropped it, and walked out. Peace out.
You know, I mean, I'm a big Cody Rhodes fan, and I will say though, he's a lot better when he's chasing than he has been, in my opinion, as a champion. He's had fine matches, but just hasn't been as exciting as when he was chasing, trying to finish the story. But I'm intrigued by this. I mean, it is Cena a heel John Cena, something we haven't seen since his early days of Doctor of Thugonomics. And I want to see, does his theme song change? Does his attire change? What's heel John Cena going to be like? And he's joined forces with The Rock. Who would have thunk it? So, I thought it could happen. I really did, especially when they're in the ring. But I was still shocked they actually pulled the trigger on it.
So when he comes out tomorrow night,
I don't think he's advertised tomorrow night, Shep.
He's not advertised? Okay, so Friday night. Does he come out to the old Thugonomics music?
I would say it's all. Well, here's an interesting thing. He said on the Chris Van Vliet podcast last year, he was really close to turning heel before he and Rock won at WrestleMania, which had been WrestleMania 28, to where he developed a new theme song for his heel persona, but it's never seen the light of day. Maybe he brings that out.
Okay.
Because he even said back then, he was so ready to go into heel. He told Vince, he said, if we do this, I'm not doing any more Make-A-Wish appearances or any appearances. He goes, I don't want any merch sold. He was going old school, all in heel. So it's going to be interesting to see if he does that.
I could understand the merch right now because he doesn't need it.
Even though he's selling them like hotcakes right now.
Yeah. But cut it off, especially going into Mania. Cut it off if he's going to take the belt.
Yeah.
Right?
It's going to be interesting. I guess what surprised me is I'm surprised they're doing it in his final run. But he doesn't have to be heel the whole year.
You know what, though? I look at it. No, he's got to be heel. I look at this thing that we were talking.
You think he retires as a heel then? You don't think by the time he retires his final match in the year, he turns back to baby?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
All right.
We were 2-3 weeks ago, we were harping on this booking on Mania, where the directions are going to go. Everybody's harping on Jey Uso winning the Rumble and going after Gunther. All of a sudden, they pull this shit last night. All of a sudden, Trips goes, watch me.
Yeah.
You know what? And all of a sudden now, I'm pumped for Mania.
Yeah.
I'm pumped to watch this Cena-Cody match.
Yep.
Now, hopefully, Cena can go 30, 40 minutes.
I thought he looked pretty good last night.
He did. But, again, he's wearing... I think I sent you the thing about the guys making fun of his shoes.
Oh yeah, and then he's got the bald spot.
And his bald spot. Hey, if you can go 30, 40 minutes, Cena, come on, let's go.
Yep.
But
I could see that, what Steven said, though. Cody losing title at Mania and getting it back to SummerSlam. That'd be the passing of the torch moment.
Yeah, and then it would give Cena the 17 time.
Yeah, well, that's why I expect him to come out and say why he sold his soul to The Rock. He wants 17. Best for business. Remember, he dropped that line after Royal Rumble, and The Rock dropped the line Friday night on SmackDown. It's promo. Best for business.
There you go.
Yep. Rogaine.
Seen the Rogaine.
So, but no, it's as a wrestling fan, even though AEW is our favorite overall promotion, that's why we cover AEW on this podcast. I think as a wrestling fan, you still do get pumped for. I think any wrestling fan still gets pumped for Mania season. So it is fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
And last night, like, Tribal Chief still is involved anywhere, even though he's got to be.
You're gonna be, but where
I,
are
I
you gonna
think
put
it's
it?
I think it's triple threat with Rollins and Punk. It's kind of weird, but I think that's what they're gonna do.
Yeah,
And then we still got to find out what this favor is that Heyman owes Punk. And I want to get back to one more comment here. Steven, I've been seeing this circulating around social media a lot. Rock teasing third member, showing 3 fingers at the camera. Because he showed 3 fingers at Bad Blood after he cut this. And somebody said he did 2 last night.
he did
After
2 last
Castro.
night. Yeah.
So does that mean he's got to add more members? And like it went 3, there's 3 to come. Now there's 2 to come, 1 to come. I don't know. Maybe we're looking way too into it. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting though. Gonna be interesting. And it was interesting on the post scrum how The Rock was Dwayne Johnson, not Final Boss.
And plus, you talk about that favor that Heyman owns Punk. It doesn't necessarily have to be cashed in at WrestleMania.
No, it doesn't.
So
It doesn't. So,
we could see that later in the summer.
Yep. So we'll see. But it was I mean, man, it was a shock. I mean, when you get so many non-wrestling fans and non-wrestling companies talking about a pro wrestling moment like they were last night, you did something right. I mean, that was the most shocking, probably the most shocking moment since Hogan turning heel in '96, as far as somebody turning.
And I sent you that.
Yeah,
I sent you that meme where they split screened it, and then they said, and you said, well, somebody of our generation understands, but younger generation don't understand.
right. And it was a good time to do it, even though I'm surprised they did it with his retirement tour and all, because a lot of the younger WWE fans, he hasn't been around so much. Cena hasn't, so they don't understand. Like, it's not a big deal to them that he turned. So whereas like people my age, your age, it's shocking.
Well, they don't understand how big of a face he is.
Right.
Like you said, the Make-A-Wish
the other stuff
and all the stuff he's done.
Yeah.
So for him to do this was a big deal.
Well,
yeah,
it was crazy to see him like during the chamber. I mean, he's smiling and everything, having a great time during the match, And then when he turned heel, his whole look on his face, totally different. That's the actor in him.
Yeah. Now, do you think there's a little bit of Hollywood in there? And Cena explanation was like, I want to. The reason I did this was I want to advance in Hollywood because The Rock is up here.
Yeah.
And I want to be like The Rock. So The Rock, like I owe The Rock something. Like I'm doing this for The Rock. Like I can see them bringing Hollywood into this.
I could too, because and I'm glad you brought that up, because The Rock brought that up to Cody. I can give you everything, blah blah blah. And Cody, when he eventually got out of high school, he wanted to be an actor. He went to Hollywood trying to be an actor. So I could absolutely see that. Yeah, 100%. Stephen Chambers said corporate punk, as far as maybe joining the faction. Steffi Hogan being the third man for the NWO. Man, I was so pissed. How were you feeling back then, Shep? Were you watching?
When that happened, I was very, very confused. Okay. I mean, this was 93, 94?
96.
96? God, okay.
NWO formed 96.
I didn't understand what was going on. And then realizing what happened with the NWO after that, I was like, holy shit. Like I was a Monday Night Raw guy. And then I immediately turned to Nitro.
Mm-hmm.
I was hooked because of, and I was probably one of the reasons why 83 weeks happened, because I could give two shits about, Raw, and I watched Nitro because of what the hell the NWO was going to do. And So,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah, it's good.
eventually I went back to Raw because of the Attitude Era, which I loved. My favorite era of all time was the Attitude Era.
I think
for
it's
sure.
most wrestling fans, even though younger fans right now have it pretty good. So as far as like
They
different
do,
companies and
but they don't have the Attitude
no,
Era.
they don't. No, they
As
never will.
Jerry
Never
Lawler
will.
would say, they don't have the puppies.
And never will. Never will. Yeah, Bischoff can F off for all I care. I don't like that guy.
He's a weird dude. He's weird.
He takes a lot of shots.
He's weird. Sorry.
He's grumpy,
Sure.
I guess. So,
Yeah.
anything else, Shep? You got?
No, I'm good, man. I thought it was a really good week for AEW. I thought
Yep.
it was a really good week for professional wrestling.
Yep.
And we got a hell of a week coming up.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
With a couple good shows and obviously a PLE on Sunday.
And AEW always delivers on their pay-per-views. Always.
They do. And just to let you know, the belt's over there.
Well,
over there.
shine it up real nice because it's not staying there for a while.
It's going to stay right over there.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No. Yeah, real quick. Yeah, Steven, I saw that Layla Hirsch not re-signing or AEW's not re-signing her with contract. Yeah, it's too bad. I know she kind of got hurt when she started getting a push. So that's too bad. I mean, I think she's a very good technician in the ring, but she'll land on her feet. And unfortunately, AEW's kind of got to cut some of the fat off their roster. They got to start. They can't keep everybody. So,
and I bet you Layla Hirsch shows up Mania weekend for Josh Barnett, Bloodsport.
That'd be a good spot for her. I'd love to see her do some stuff in Japan.
Yeah.
So she's good. She's good. She's a very good worker, like Majin said. Yeah, just kind of bad injury, bad timing with an injury, and there's just a lot of numbers on the roster. We're gonna see more and more, I think, throughout the year, kind of not get re-signed. So, yeah, GCW would be a good spot. Yeah, I can see that. So, well, thanks again for everybody tuning in tonight. Thanks to everybody listening. Thanks to everybody that's watched and then done the comments. We appreciate it every week. Makes the show so much more fun and engaging. You can like us and follow us on all social media at Kicking Out Pod. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell so you know when we're going live or dropping new shorts or new content. You can follow me at Tanner Lee 92. Follow Shep at TheShep27. Follow Paul, who's not here again, at Paul Zartman 87. And of course, give us that 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Please, it doesn't take very long. Everybody watching the comments, if you could go do that on your favorite podcast platform, we'd really appreciate it. It helps us out a ton. And it's a free way that you can support us. So we appreciate it. But if you want to support us and spend a little money, you can do that too. You can buy KOP merch at kickingOutShop.com or over at Pro Wrestling Tees. We got t-shirts, mugs, zip-ups, hoodies, cut-off, whatever you need. We got it. So with that said, I'm Tanner Lee. He's the KOP Predictions Champion for one more week. Austin Shepard, join us again next time. So kick out yet another podcast.